Hi everyone, how are you? Good to see you. This is Lillian Mutambo. If you're just joining me on this platform, this is Lillian Mutambo's TV, and I'm just here to talk about something. Trying to kill the reflection in the background of the sun, but hopefully you can see me, and then we carry on with this topic. Dr. Chishimba Kambwili'S wife has been arrested, and it's not so good news. And I just want to make a comment on this. It's not good, obviously. And I was just had shared something on my Facebook page where I'd stated that the family presently is obviously a target, so they must by all means avoid any altercation with PF because that's what they want. The disturbing part is the video which I have seen of Mrs. Kambwili being dragged. The video is pathetic, I must say. I don't like what I saw. It's disappointing to see the video, and I will not share that video on my YouTube channel because I don't like such type of violent videos on my channel, especially where a woman is being dragged. Madam Chishimba Kambwili is a qualified nurse in the UK, and she went to offer sympathy towards her husband, and sadly she has found herself, can I say, provoked. Yeah. According to sources, the son was treated in a different way or in a bad way, and because of that, she retaliated and slapped. Slapped someone, and the person she slapped slapped back, and then the daughter as well, Chanda Kambwili as well, reacted in that way as well, and then so they've been taken. But at first I had just read the news, and I made a comment where I said on my page, which I have now deleted, I said, for people who've lived in the UK, they understand the laws, and it's not worth it trying to fight this government physical, because at the end of the day, they might stand to lose a lot compared to what the government would not lose, i.e., the fact that they have the privilege to live in the UK. When we are talking about this government, PF government, they are trying by all means to disqualify as many candidates, and therefore anything to disqualify the candidate they will do. And that's why by all means PF has made sure that Dr. Chishimba Kambwili does not qualify to be on the ballot paper. So anybody surrounding the case, whether it's family or friends, if they visit, they just need to be patient and not take things personal, because the truth is tempers are high. People are really in pain with the situation, so we'll see people behave in a certain way. What we don't want is to have so many people going in because of this case. What we need to fight is, can they give bail to Dr. Chishimba Kambwili? And the judge Musamba today has ruled that he will decide on Thursday if Dr. Chishimba Kambwili deserves a bail on Thursday. Now, the news of his wife and daughter being arrested and detained is not so good news. It's not so good news. And this is my message to you out there, the youths, Zambians who may be aggravated with what's going on in Zambia. Take your time. Try by all means not to work against the law, because it's their word against yours. PF can easily say, no, you slapped a police officer, and yet it's the other way around. 2 days ago, last week, the president of our political party, President Hakainde Hichilema, was in Mpika. Thankfully, the team that he always moves with always take videos. And it was clear that PF cadres were stoning at the motorcade of Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, UPND president. And then the next thing we saw is a call out from Mpika saying it was alleged that President Hakainde Hichilema's cadres, which didn't even exist, had fought and beaten up police officers. But the video evidence is there that they were in the cars. They were being stoned at. What am I trying to say? They're trying to find any fault. They're trying to find faults in the opposition so that they disqualify them. They know that next year, Patriotic Front is going. Sandra says we are living in a dictatorship. Yes, we are living in a dictatorship. And Aaron is saying all Zambian will be arrested. PF defined. Yeah. So for me, I would say that the police have been told, or whoever, to say be on alert. They do anything, arrest them. You understand me? And in this case, what we should be doing is finding a way to reduce the sentence, reduce the case. But now it's from 1 case to 3 cases. So that was a news media report. But the video, after watching it, because at first when I talked about it on my Facebook, and I've now deleted the post, I just thought, oh, it's one of those things whereby the person slapped. But in reading what happened and then looking at the video of how Mrs. Kambwili was treated, I don't care whether you are the law of Zambia. That's not how you treat a woman. That's not how you drag somebody. And she was, her top was up. She was nearly naked. We could literally see her bra and everything. All in the name of trying to drag her. And then was she wearing a wig? I think her wig had fallen off. This is a Zambia we have now. And that's why we all need to be careful, because PF know that they are in a losing battle. And the cases of Dr. Chishimba Kambwili, cases where he has been convicted, and I wish the case was dealt amicably. We've seen Chilifya Tayali. I've shared videos for you to watch what he's saying about this issue. He's been on and on and on and on. Ever since I was part of Zambian Voices, I've been fighting for corruption in Zambia and blah, blah, blah. So for me, I'm just saying that whoever gets a bigger check behaves like Chilifya Tayali. Tayali was given a check. And I have reliable sources that have said he was given a check. And he has been used to expose Dr. Chishimba Kambwili. As tough as the crime may be, for me, what baffles me is how would Tayali have access to records of company registration? Hi, Annie, good to see you. How? You know, you can't just go to Pakra and say you're looking for someone's company details. They won't give you. So we are dealing with people who have used others to do their dirty work. All they need to do is pay somebody from Pakra, pay somebody from ZRA, pay somebody. And when they pay those people and they tell them, look, we are not involved. When I saw an image of Dr. Chishimba Kambwili and President Lungu, it made me understand and realize when they say politics is a dirty game. Because Dr. Chishimba Kambwili fought hard for President Lungu to be where he is now. And yes, they had their own misunderstandings, but it should never reach to a level of disrespecting his wife. It has reached to that level. I mean, obviously, as a mother, motherly instinct, when you see somebody pushing your child, you won't really respond in a smooth manner. Yeah, but it's deliberate. And he's saying exactly what I was saying. They planted him and gave him all evidence at his disposal. You're absolutely right. Yeah. So, because they know that Kambwili, what's his name? Tayali was paid. He was paid. He was paid a huge sum of money to do that work. And that's why he has to finish the job. You know, so it's sad for the Kambwili's that they have to go through this situation now. On top of what's going on already to Mr. Kambwili, Dr. Kambwili. Somebody is saying, Judy Chikatala is saying, and we had prayers on Sunday. Yes, they had the prayers on Sunday with all the bishops that are close to the president. They had the prayers. We're living in a country where we've allowed a lot of rubbish for too long. And that is why we are where we are. We have allowed the humble leadership to do whatever they want. We have allowed cadarism. And that's why when I was watching Nigerians protesting, I'm going to do a separate video about Nigeria. I was impressed with Nigerian youths, Nigerian celebrities. Upon everything that's going on in Zambia, our celebrities will be invited to go and sing at a PF rally, and they will be there. Because they don't care about you and the welfare of the people of Zambia, but they care about what's going in their pocket. So, if we want to see a liberated Zambia, it's a united effort. And not PF invites Yomap to go and sing, and Yomap sings love songs, by the way. And then he's being invited for a rally, and then we have Chanake going for this. And meanwhile, they are using it to campaign. So as a youth of Zambia, we should never accept anything because we want to eat. Yesterday there was a whole debate about CR1 on Facebook because he had done a video where he was saying Zambian musicians are hungry. And he said, look at how they are being invited to sing here and there. And I've given this as an example. For Davido to sing at any rally, political rally, you are talking about $1 million. Because Davido will say, look, if I put you in power, you are going to be getting, a Nigerian senator or MP gets, governors, they get about $40,000 a month, per month. So if Davido is going to use his influence to campaign for you, we're talking about you will be a millionaire by the end of the year. So he will say, give me $1 million. But ours will go and sing for 5,000 kwacha, for 10,000 kwacha. You see? Sinjela says, and also watch out, the upcoming police recruitment cadres are targets. You see? So the police officer, for him to push, because from my understanding, President Hakainde Hichilema was also not allowed to go in and support. He's a Zambian citizen. But eventually he was allowed. So I think it was at that time as well when they were trying to go in as a family to be part of the court hearing of their father, where the son, Mwamba, the one who is registered on those companies of Dr. Chishimba Kambwili, was not treated well. I think he was pushed away or something like that. And according, it is alleged. And I said in my submissions earlier that this government knows that tempers are high. This government knows that people are getting impatient, people are upset, and they're getting temperamental. So anybody who tries to do anything, arrest them. Arrest them. When the youths wanted to protest on the 22nd of June, Stephen Kampion was saying that we will break your bonds. So don't you think even now the bonds are going to be broken? Don't you think even now they've had meetings and have told them, you must make sure you break whoever's bonds, stop them? Where did the instructions come from? That President Hakainde Hichilema should not be allowed to go through. Came from above. What you don't realize, most of you guys, is that it can look like the president is silent, but he knows what's going on. He is well aware. This is not about Tayali and Chishimba Kambwili. Who is Tayali? Who is he? This is a battle between the president, the government, PF, as a party against Chishimba Kambwili. Because he started talking about corruption cases. And he has said he is aware of what's going on. I wish, what I can just say is, there's no way anybody would have found out on the side of Dr. Chishimba Kambwili what he was doing, except somebody who has the authority to ask for details. Except somebody who has authority. There is no way somebody can just wake up and say, today I'm going to Pakra. It's impossible. So they were looking for a case that can nail this man down, that can silence him. And yesterday when I saw Dr. Chishimba Kambwili's wife, I was so happy. She was in high spirits. She said he's good. So I was very happy. I said, oh, wow, she seems noble and quiet. And then today we hear this, and I just said, having lived in the UK, I'm sure they understand the gravity of any case. I know it can be politically affiliated, especially this case is highly politically charged. But we must not forget that certain cases can just make you lose what you've worked hard for, especially living abroad. It's not easy gaining residence in the UK. It's not easy having that credibility, working in a good government job. So we wouldn't want to hear that, no, this has happened to the Kambwili family in the UK because of what happened. Because you're working with people who are trying to destroy you in every corner. And they know that right now that Dr. Chishimba Kambwili is there, I'm sure even his bank accounts are frozen. I'm sure his assets have been seized. We don't know much about that, but that is possible. And at least having a source of income in the UK would be a backup in case of anything. So they will try by all means to catapult all that. So we all have to play a smart game by taking a leap back and just observing. Time will tell. Soon, PF will be gone. They know they are going. That's why they are behaving this way. Last one said, Lillian Tefintu Mozambia, let us be united to put PF to rest. Oliver says you need more water because you're doing great. Thank you so much. I was eating some pounded yam and goose. I'm gonna share the video. I was eating just recently, a few minutes ago. Action is required as soon as possible. Peggy says, hello, I'm watching from Zambia, Lusaka. This is a sad development. When I look at CR1, I see confusion. Let's be fair to ourselves and others. To Kambwili's arrest is part of justice. Let it be, and let's look into things that can help. And that's what I was stating as well, to say the evidence that was found, it was evidence that, we can't argue much, except we can say, of course, it's politically charged. And what we can say is the government knows very well what they are doing. Diali is a nobody. He's a nobody. There's nothing he can do to reach the case that's there. And he said, I'm Tayali, touch and go. I'm untouchable, new kid on the block. That's rubbish. He's just saying that to raise his ego. He's nothing. He was paid to do that. And he was given the documents. He was just liaised to speak against Dr. Chishimba Kambwili. He's not untouchable. He is just a bootlicker. He is just somebody who eats on people's misfortunes. Sitali says this is their time for everything. There's time for everything. This bad governance will soon go. It will soon go. Time will tell. So I'm urging you, my fellow Africans and youths, yes, injustice we don't like. Injustice we don't want to see. But let's not be caught unaware by retaliating to the actions of any government. Because what African governments do is they want to teach you a lesson. They want to teach you a lesson that, who are you? We are in charge. So I'm so sure that next year, once the PF government is out, there's going to be a lot of court cases for them. Murder. Some of the PF officials have committed murder. Some of the PF officials have corruptly obtained properties. They've been involved in dodgy deals and looting of public funds. So they know that these things will happen. That is why it will be, to win an election next year, 2021, is not an easy election that you just wake up tomorrow and say, I'm winning. It requires a fight. And that's why everything now that's going on, even about Dr. Chishimba Kambwili, is a fight. because this government is not willing to let go of power easily. Easily. Dr. Chishimba Kambwili has received justice, yes, but it's selective justice. Selective in a way that there are so many people who've committed murder. There's so many of them who've committed. Recently, we even had a cadre going to a police station, beating up police officers, and he was released. He was let go. His case has been thrown out of the window. Those are the cases that we need to revisit, because it's not fair that others are being incarcerated and then others are not being incarcerated because they are not part of the current government. Dr. Chishimba Kambwili became a target, obviously, after he was kicked out of PF, and when he, like now, he's trying to talk about what's going on, he's been a target. He's been a target. And his family is a target. So I feel sorry for the daughter, Chanda Kambwili, who's been slapped with a case together with Madam Chishimba Kambwili's wife, Carol. Chanda Kambwili is studying law. And in as much as you can realize that there's justice, don't allow PF to, can I say, manipulate the situation by making it even worse for the family. So we need to continue praying for the family so that God should guide them, protect them. And for many of you, you've seen that President Lungu has changed. He has changed. And when I saw him at the prayer on Saturday, I said, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Zambians are living in poverty. Zambians have no freedom of speech. We had the gassing issue. We've had so many issues. And President Lungu has been silent. He has been silent. But then he turns up on the day of prayer and then puts a verse on his page. And I'm thinking, this is what the Bible says. Not everyone that says, Lord, Lord, will enter the kingdom of heaven. It's all artificial. That's not reality. You gather pastors and they come, and some of these pastors obviously collect some money because they receive an honorarium fee. So you gather these pastors and then you organize a prayer of about $1 million or so. You find out that's $1 million it costs them to host that event, and people are living in poverty. So why have a prayer? Why not say, instead of having a prayer, let's go and help our people in the field? You see? Kangungu Foundation says, otherwise, Lily, you are doing well, and the youth of Africa must rise for justice. Wicked system of leaders in Africa must go. Enough is enough. Poverty is taking over Africa. People are dying. Somebody's asking, Word of Atara is saying, why did they arrest them? What are the charges? So for those of you who are just coming on board, what happened was, excuse me, I was eating a big bowl of egusi doing my video. I've just finished eating egusi and pounded yam. Okay, what happened was Dr. Chishimba Kambwili, he has, he appeared in court today. And the reason why he appeared in court today was because obviously of the case that is against him, that has been levied against him. And his wife flew in from the UK and his daughter Chanda, they're in Zambia now. So what happened was they were trying to go in to be, part of the supporters. And according to sources, they were not allowed in or something like that. So in trying to stop them, the police officer was rough towards Mr. Kambwili'S son. And because of that, Madam Chishimba Kambwili, Mrs. Carol Kambwili, reacted in a slap. And then the officer slapped her back. And then Chanda Kambwili was involved. It is alleged. But then when I read that, I made a comment on my page without seeing the video first. And then the video now leaked where the wife to Dr. Chishimba Kambwili was being dragged. And I said, out of respect, I will not share that video on my YouTube channel because she was not treated properly. She was almost half naked. You could see her, bra and everything. And I'm not sure whether it's her wig that dropped or it's Chanda's wig, but I could see a wig flying around. So it's not a good thing that happened. Isaac saying, is this a Christian nation, my sister? No, it's not. It can be a Christian nation, but the people who are in government now, they are not Christians. Okay, so may God's loving kindness be upon Mr. Kambwili and his family. Yeah, Tandio says, manhandling a woman like that, they should be ashamed of themselves. She was literally dragged into the van. Watching the video was so disheartening. And for me, what I would say is, Madam Chishimba Kambwili should press charges on that because there's video evidence. Regardless, she was not resisting any arrest, but she was being dragged. Now, this is how stupid the law can be, the selective law. When Dr. Chishimba Kambwili was part of government, they would never do that to his wife. She was respected. The same police officers will respect her. But because he's no longer part of government and is now in the opposition, the same police officers are treating her anyhow because they feel she is not part of the government. He is not going to feed them. Dr. Chishimba Kambwili is not going to feed them. He's not part of government. But next year, once Dr. Chishimba Kambwili is out, and by God's grace is part of any government, the same officers will come begging. So there is a way in which we should be able to treat each other. Let's treat people with respect. And I think there is enough evidence for everybody to see that PF needs to go. PF needs to go. We cannot stress the point enough. I read comments on Facebook saying, oh, we're not going to give HH a chance. It's you that suffers at the end of the day. He's a millionaire. He eats 7 to 10 meals a day if he wants. Choose an economist, somebody who has a vision for the country to run Zambia. Otherwise, you will suffer gravely. You will suffer gravely. Tandiwa says she reacted as a mother. Yes, she reacted as a mother. But this is what we've been discussing since I started the live stream, that this is what the government is doing. When Stephen Kampiongo came out to say, any youths that will be out there protesting will crush your bones, they mean it. They mean it. So even this situation, the police were told, in any situation of a court case, families react. Some even stand up. It's not just Zambia. All over the world, families stand up and they shout and they say all sorts of things that they have to say because you have touched their family member. You understand? So they've been informed that the family will behave badly. So what's the best way in which they would react? Stop them from coming inside court. Believe you me, if it was President Hakainde Hichilema who slapped a police officer today, you would have heard treason, this, that. They are looking for any means to provoke the opposition. President Hakainde Hichilema was there. He turned up as a citizen of Zambia and he was told, "You're not going," and he insisted and he was allowed. But had he slapped anyone, it would have gone all over the newspaper. President Hakainde Hichilema just said, excuse my language, Wafi Chi Chikala. It was in every newspaper, a word, just a word. It turned to, how can we choose a leader who insults? How can we choose a leader who did this? So here, they're trying by all means to aggravate the anger of the opposition so that they should use it against, because right now they're looking for any means. And President Hakainde Hichilema, he is very sharp. He knows they are waiting for that opportunity and he's not going to give it to them. They were in Pika and the story came out that the team he was with, they beat up a police officer. No. So he is being sharp. Stephen says, I'm worried for our nation. You have to be worried and remember, register as a voter. You carry the power. You carry the power. Edward says, even if she presses charges, which court will hear her case fairly because even the judges are PF cadres. We take it to the human rights. That one, we take it to the Human Rights Commission and fight it through the human rights path because she was dragged unfairly. So thank you so much, everybody. I just wanted us to keep this stream short and just talk about what's going on. Catherine Kawande says, no, it's not fair. I hate this government. Edgar Lungu must go. Yes, he needs to go. As my Kabanana Women Initiative says, this is getting personal from allegations to dragging the family. Yes, it is. It is a personal affair. Kingsley Hamachila says, I can love to meet you in person. Yes, on the 7th of November, I am meeting everybody as long as I've hit 100,000 subscribers. Priska says, this is very sad. Yeah. So many of you are sympathizing with the situation and so am I. Why is this things happening to a Christian nation? So thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for your love. And to 98,000 subscribers, I'm so grateful that I've hit 98,000 subscribers and soon will be hitting 99,000. Luendo says, PF people are acting like Mankole. Venetia says, God is watching. We've cried a lot. Of course, God is watching. This is too personal now, Brian Chimba. Of course, it's too personal. You can put more comments and then I'll read them before I shut the stream in a minute or so. Okay, Sister Lillian, there's a lot going on. Imagine nurses worked for 6 months last year and they were made to sign documents in September. 5 months salary was stolen for 3,000 nurses. And I was watching the cadre, the SG of PF saying that they are giving teachers jobs 3,000 a year. I said, what type of a lie is this? Hi, Pretty N. Good to see you. Just joining from Kenya. What happened? I don't understand, Pretty. Yeah, what basically happened was Dr. Chishimba Kambwili has had a court hearing today and his wife attended the court. And, when she attended the court and the children, they were not being allowed to go inside. So the son, I don't know whether they had like an argument with the police officer, I don't know. Then the mother responded, retaliated, and slapped. So it's complicated, guys. Cecilia Nanyango says it is personal to frustrate the whole family, but Lily, you have not talked about unpaid salaries of workers in the parastatals. I'll talk about it. Please, this family or Mr. Chishimba, please, you people have mercy. This is a good country, but you're trying to turn it into bad. Yes. So that's why we need to avoid, by all means, having an altercation with the police, because for me, I see them as targets, and they just need to make sure they don't even find themselves in that close contact to the police, because they've been told. The truth is, they've been told. The other day, President Hakainde Hichilema was summoned to turn up at the. He was supposed to turn up at the Mpika police station for something he never did. And all the youths and UPND, we just protested, said no, he's not going anywhere. But had he gone, the plan was to set him up. These guys are willing even to get rid of someone. So we just have to be careful how we manage and handle things. And I'm glad that President Hakainde Hichilema has gone and shown solidarity. He supported Dr. Chishimba Kambwili. Gone to the courts, he was present, which is a good thing. Okay, do we know the outcome of the Bell hearing? So the Bell hearing, they're saying it's going to be on Thursday, when Musamba has said he is Musamba a woman or a man? Yeah, the judge has said Thursday, so we wait for Thursday. John Perry says, and the Lord said unto Samuel, how long wilt thou mourn for Saul, seeing I have rejected him from resigning over Israel? Fill thine horn with oil and go. I will send to thee to Jesse the Bethlehemite. Yes, 1 Samuel 1, verse 1, 16, verse 1 to 4. God is going to redeem us, 2021. Let's not give up any hope. I am begging you, my people. It is a sad situation, but I'm begging you, do not give up hope. 2021, we are forming government regardless of anything. Let people do what they want to do. Let the current government frustrate people. Yours is to make sure you register as a voter. That's your bullet and your weapon. Make sure you advise to different people. About what's going on. So, yeah. So, I asked a question if Musamba, because I believe it's a man, the judge, yeah? I don't know his face, so I just say that I don't know if the name is female or male. Thank you for the initiative. You are very brave and bold. Hopefully this will encourage more freedom of speech. Yes, we need to carry on fighting. And Sam said you don't need to come and talk rubbish. You could have easily just commented that Musamba is a man. That's it. Stop calling me ignorant. It's you who is ignorant. What are you doing on my YouTube channel if you're ignorant? If you're not ignorant? If I'm ignorant, what are you doing on my YouTube channel? P. Shasha Zax, Lillian, a lot of villagers are still behind. They don't know the truth. Here in Chama district, please find details, ways and means of us. We are having, sacred, but because we are civil servants. Okay, send me a message on Lilian Mutambo on Facebook like page. Honorable Lilian Mutambo, send me a message there, and then I can connect you to the people in Chama, so that we can connect, and I can link you to the right people. Stephen Maleso says there's time for everything under the sun. One day PF will be history, of course. It's good we have people like you. Thank you so much, Priscilla, and take care, everybody. I have to go now. It's been a pleasure. I'll be coming again live this evening, personal like this, to discuss other issues, and yeah, because there's a lot that we need to catch up on. Thank you so much. Take care, and I love you.